Okay, so basically now we know how to create a class and define variables of it. And also we learned how to access those data from outside of the class. Now we are going to learn inheritance between classes. So what is inheritance? Inheritance is concept where we create a class using another one's informations, which directs us to say that inheritance allows us to define a class in terms of another class, which makes it easier to create and maintain an application. Okay? So once inherited, we will have all the properties of superclass, or in another word, the base class. Okay? This also provides an opportunity to reuse the code functionality and fast implementation time. So newly created class is inherited from base class and also named as derived class. Okay? Which means when creating a class, instead of writing completely new data members and member functions, the programmer can designate that the new class should inherit the members of an existing class. Okay? This existing class is called the base class, and the new class is referred to as the derived class. So let's write an example. Okay, I want to give the very basic and popular example about this one. Assume that we are going to have a shape class, which is going to be our base class, and we are going to write a rectangle class, and this also is going to be our derived class, which is derived from our shape class. Okay, so at the last, in the main function, we are going to print the total area of the object to the screen. Okay, so I already prepared another diagram for this one, for our shape class. Okay, we are going to have a class that is named as shape, and this shape class is going to have four variables in it, which is width and height as protected, and set width and set height functions as public to manipulate their data. Okay, because we are going to define them as protected, so that even the object which is created from this class is not going to be able to manipulate their data. Okay, so let's write the example. So as always, I'm going to start with including my IOStream library, and this is going to be followed by using namespace std. Okay, and in here I am going to write my shape class. So class shape is going to be followed by my semicolons. Okay, my protected members, my protected members, yeah, are going to be integer. So integer width and integer height. Okay, so and then we are going to write this as in here, and yeah, that looks okay. So now we are going to write our member functions. They are going to be void because they are not going to return anything to us. Okay, so void set width is going to take an integer value as an argument to change the width variable. Okay, you can name manipulate it. Okay, so the width is going to be changed by my argument, and also in set height function I'm going to take integer value as an argument, and this is also going to change the height variable with its argument. Okay, so the variables width and height defined as protected, so I understand that I cannot assign values directly to them. Okay, so set width and set height properties defined as public, so I understand that I can use them whichever I like. Okay, so in here we are going to write our rectangle class. It is going to be derived from our shape class, so we are going to look at how to derive a class from the base class. Okay, so basically I am writing a class keyword, and then the derived class name is following it, which is going to be rectangle in our case. Okay, so this is going to be followed by column, and then access specifier, the public, protected, and private. In this case, in our case, it is going to be public, okay, the base class name. Okay, this is going to be shape. Okay, so in the rectangle class, we are going to have only the get area function, and it is going to be public. Okay, so let's write it in here. Yes, we are going to write this as derived class. Better to it is better for us to write a comment line in here, and before forget, we are going to write here the base class. Okay, the class rectangle, my column, and public, my access specifier, and then the base class name. Okay, my base class name is shape, and I am I am deriving my rectangle class from the shape class as publicly because I want to use its public variables. Okay, so in here I am writing public. Remember that my rectangle class is going to have only one member function, which is get area, and I am writing integer get area, and it is not taking any argument, and its only functionality is returning width multiplied by height. Okay, the only functionality is doing this. So we are ready to write our main function. Okay, int main, and in here we are going to create an object from our rectangle class, and we are going to use this object to reach the public variables of the shape class. Okay, so in under normal circumstances it is not possible, but we derived our rectangle class publicly from the shape class. Okay, so we are waiting for reaching its public variables. Okay, so when we reach its public variables, we are going to be able to manipulate their protected data. Okay, so let me show you with the example. I'm going to create an object from rectangle class, and I'm going to name it as rect. You can name it anything you want. It is not important for you to write exactly mine. Okay, so it is not important. You can name it anything you want. So in here I'm going to write rect, which is my object name, and when I hit the dot operator, I am able to see that I can use get area function, which is my rectangle class, rectangle class's member function, and I am also able to use the set height and set width function. So these are my shape classes variables. Okay, but they are public, and I derive my rectangle class publicly from the shape class, so I am able to use its set width and set height function. So let's use them. Let's use set height, and as you see, set height is waiting for an integer value as an argument. So I am giving the, let's say, 2, and rect objects set width function is going to be also taking an integer value, and let's say 4. Okay, so in here I am going to print the area of the object. Okay, perfect. So I'm writing C out the total, not total, it's total area. Okay, how can I print this to the screen? Okay, so I used my rect object to manipulate the set height, to use the set height function to manipulate the height variable, and also I used rect object set width function to manipulate the width variable. Okay, so if I use the get area function of my rectangle class, I will be able to see that what is the result of multiplying width and height. Okay, so I am writing rect dot get area. Okay, so end line. Perfect. So I am I want this to be wait on the screen till I press anything, and I want this to return to 0, and I am compiling. So let me read the code for you. Okay, I am creating a class named shape, and I am stating all the information about edges in it, like height and width. Okay, so after that I am creating a rectangle class in here. I know that the rectangle class is shape, so instead of writing whole new data or new functions to my rectangle class, I am deciding to use properties of my shape class. Okay, I am deciding to use these. Okay, and this process is called inheriting. I am taking all the information that I need from the shape class. Okay, in this case, the existing class shape is called the base class, like in here that we commented, and the new class rectangle is referred to as the derived class. Okay, so I am running my code. It popped up on my another screen, so we are able to see that the total area is 8. Okay, so there is an important note here. So this is very important. Okay, a derived class can access all the non-private members of its base class. Okay, thus base class members that should not be accessible to the member functions of derived class should be declared private or protected in the base class. Okay, these access specifier will be investigated in the subsections. They are not our main focus in here. Okay, this is so important when you are in a project that work by more than one person. Besides, a derived class inherits all base class methods other than constructors, destructors, and copy constructors. Although in some specific situations you can pass some of the to your derived class too, but it is not our main focus here. Okay, so in this section we learned what is inheritance, how to use inheritance in our project. Okay, and from this example we are able to see that in some specific cases which are very often if you are using object oriented programming in your project, by the way. Okay, so we need to use inheritance. Inheritance is one of the like classes and object. Inheritance is one of the center of the object oriented world. Okay, so we learned why and where to use them. So in the next lecture, we are going to see what is multiple inheritance and how to use them, and also where to use them. Okay, so see you in the next lecture.